Hello, hey everyone. Hey Joyce.
Hey, Arlemi.
Did you surprise yourself by going out
No,
of the video?
no. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Oh, we have a bunch of people joining us today.
We have a lot of people joining. Welcome to another live stream. Another day, another live stream. I'm Arlemi, developer advocate at Postman, and I'm joined today by Joyce. Who are you, Joyce?
Hi. Oh, I almost said hi, Joyce. Hey, Arlemi. Hi, everyone. I'm Joyce. I'm in developer relations at Postman too. I'm in San Francisco, and it's a beautiful day today.
Somewhere where it's not beautiful. I was discussing with other people about the London weather. It just goes from sunny, rainy, rainy with sun, then then thunderstorm, and
Oh
yeah,
dear.
it's not been great this month so far. But
Hey, Neil
but
Stud. Hey, John Zwergelius. Hey, Hannah. Hi, everyone. Oh
yeah,
gosh,
there's a
John
lot of
Zwergelius
names.
turned on my light.
We welcome you all, even though we don't say hi to everyone personally. But what are we doing today? Today we've kept the title a bit vague because it all depended on something that we released, and something could have gone wrong. It could have not been out today, so we didn't want to spoil it for you. But we'll do stuff with WebSockets today.
What? What?
What? What? But before we do that, just like every stream, we do a in case you missed it, which is just a short section of what's new in Postman. So Joyce, if you can go ahead and share my screen.
Sure, I'll bring your screen on. And do you think that's too small, right? So I have to take the chat off?
It is probably small, so we're gonna hide your messages for now. We're still seeing them, by the way, so you can keep talking there if you have any questions, etc.
In case you missed it.
In case you missed it. Cool. So, what's happening? I've opened the release notes. I just updated my app and I opened the release notes, and I'm starting from the bottom because at the top is what we're going to try to see today. A few bug fixes. I'm not going to go through each of these. A few improvements, bulk select files when you import and select test in the network information. But one improvement that we've done as well is when creating a new request and saving it. We had a few feature requests around the UX of it. And we've updated this whole model. It used to not be that many collections that you could look for. You can now add a description directly from here, and just in general, that UX has improved. So any of you that has been using that model, update your app and try it again, and let us know if it's an improvement for you.
Arlemi, I noticed you're reading release notes in a tab.
I am
What? When did that happen?
since V8.
Oh. On the app, right? Or
Should
is
be
it
the same on the
everything?
web. Yeah,
I don't
everywhere.
remember seeing that at all. That's neat.
So yeah, if you haven't updated Postman in a while, you'll see it in a model as well. So actually, correction. Before you update, when it prompts you to update, this is going to be a model, and this will show what's new in the model. But then after you update, the release notes are available in the tab. So a bit of both.
Yeah, get on the bandwagon, everyone. V8's where it's at.
Okay, and then if we scroll up, then we have the WebSockets. What
The
do you know about WebSockets,
WebSockets.
Joyce?
I did something with WebSockets probably 4 years ago.
Okay, good. Let's see. Do we have anyone that knows about? I see a lot of people knowing what Postman is. So that's great.
Yeah.
You're at the right spot. But do we have any WebSocket power user on the chat? Let's
Yeah,
see.
let us know your experience level if you're just starting out with WebSockets or you're like a WebSockets master. Oh my gosh, Shamashish is here. Oops.
I think Shamashish knows a thing or two about WebSockets.
Yes, Shamashish has been on this live stream before. He's our chief, what's his title? Chief software
Software architect.
architect? Yes. So very instrumental with WebSockets.
Okay. Question: Are we testing APIs? What are we explaining? Yeah, we'll be testing WebSockets API today. So I'm going to throw Joyce in there. You can stop sharing my screen for now if you want. I'll throw Joyce in the arena. I'll tell her to explore Postman and see what she can do with WebSockets, and then we'll just explore together a few APIs and see what you can do at the moment in Postman.
Yeah, so
How
if
does
you're
that sound?
looking for a really quick how-to, this live stream is not going to be a really quick how-to. This is going to be an exploratory unboxing, but we should have a very efficient how-to for you in a day or so. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But this is going to be my first experience walking through WebSockets in Postman. So let's experience that together.
Okay. You may share your screen.
Wait, it's time already?
It is time.
I don't even know. So people in the chat, let us know, are you going to help us with WebSockets or is this going to be all on us? Okay, I'll go ahead and share my screen. And so Arlemi will be keeping an eye on the chat. So go ahead and let us know how your experience is. So John's work alias can help with the light.
Okay. WebSockets. So first, maybe we can talk about what these are and why it's been like, highly requested. Maybe the differences between the current type of APIs you can try in Postman and WebSockets.
Yeah, so Postman is an HTTP client, right? So that is, a lot of people call it a REST client, but REST is HTTP. SOAP can be, GraphQL can be. So I think we've had previous live streams where we do some. Actually, we haven't done a SOAP one yet.
No.
No.
No one wants to.
Oh, and we have somebody that was waiting for WebSockets for a long time. Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah, it's been in the feature request list for a while, but now we're getting there. So yeah, as of now, everything that we were or that you were able to try in Postman was sending a request, getting a response, and stop there. If you wanted to query again, you would need to send a request again and get the response. The difference between this type of request, RESTful and WebSocket, is that in WebSockets you create a connection with the server, and then the server has that connection and keeps it. So it's not just for the time of the transaction; it keeps it, and then it's able to send you messages whenever it's needed through that tunnel. There's frameworks and libraries that are built on top of WebSockets, but which allow you to do more advanced things. But that's the main principle of it.
So I can barely see you, but what you're saying is that HTTP is like send, request, receive, response. Send, request, receive, response.
Yeah.
But WebSockets is like a tunnel that's like ba-doop, 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 both ways.
Yeah, but you have to open that tunnel first. So there will be this initial call, which will be an HTTP call. So you send that to the web server. It identifies you as trying to connect to WebSocket, and then it's going to switch the connection. It's going to upgrade it to a WebSocket tunnel, and then you can have that bidoop bidoop as you mentioned.
Ba-doop, ba-doop. And WebSockets is the same as Best Friends Forever?
Let's wait at the end of the stream, and then you can tell us if you like them or no.
I was hoping that wasn't a technical acronym. Okay, let's get started. And we did have a question here from Gurpreet from LinkedIn. Can I create OAuth as it happens in Insomnia? So we have a few other live streams where we do walk through the OAuth flow. And if anybody from Postman in the chat wants to answer Gurpreet, we can go ahead and do that. But for today, what we're sharing on screen is we're going to explore WebSockets.
Okay, so how do we do that in Postman? So just quick disclaimer, it's still in beta. So there's some features that you won't be able to do at the moment. But that said, let's go ahead and click on the new button in your left sidebar. Yep. Okay. And then can't miss it.
It's the there one it is. The beta.
The big beta.
Or as Arlemi says, beta, WebSocket request test and debug. Should I click it?
Yeah.
And I think you can follow along at home because this is, available today.
Yeah, I'll be if you're trying it out at the same time, I'll be sending a few links that you can try as well at home. I'll share them in the different chats, and then feel free to spam them as well. Most of the things that we're going to try are hosted either on one of my cloud account or on my personal PC, so hopefully they can both support it. But yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Question: is there a plan to add a global and open API browser similar to artifact repos such as Maven? That's a question that I do not quite understand. So you might want to add a few more details. I don't know, Joyce, if you.
Yeah, maybe tell us a little bit more about what you're asking for. I'm not that familiar with either Maven.
WebSockets connects real socket connection. Yeah, we'll connect to real socket connection. I think to Ram's questions, actually, if you're asking about a way to browse like existing API, kind of like a repository, then you can go in explore.postman.com or just type in Postman API network. Oh yeah, it's right there. And then you can just browse plenty of APIs and try them out.
Yeah, or you can search for it in the universal search here if like you're looking for specific APIs. And oh look, we have wow,
My French
strong
people.
presence from France.
Yeah, I guess it's just a good time for French people to join.
What time is it there?
8:15. Actually, it shouldn't be the case because they've started reopening, and yeah, I do
All
not
right,
expect them to be on a stream.
Let's WebSocket.
Okay, so you have this WebSocket request. I'll send you a first link for you to try out.
Okay.
And that's a link that we'll use a lot. So one of the things that you already know how to use in Postman is variables, right? So maybe go ahead and create. You can create a global variable probably.
Okay. We have a comment from Abravi. Wasn't Postman waiting for WebSockets in Postman too? That is a really good point, Abravi. Postman engineering uses WebSockets, so they weren't able to use Postman for some of their WebSocket work. That's a good point. Sorry, what do you want me to do, Arlemi?
Create a global variable.
Okay.
Because that's a URL we'll use a lot. So yeah, click in the environment quick look. You already have a few, and you can call it WebSocket URL or whatever you want to call it.
Do you want it camel case, snake case?
You pick. It's your Postman. I don't want to enforce my own.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm sending you the link on the chat if you can forward it to other people.
Oh, this looks weird. Okay. So I'm going to put it in initial value and have it persist to current value. So I'm in a team workspace. Let me drag this out here. I'm in a team workspace with Arlemi, so Arlemi will be able to access what's in the initial value as well. So let me save, or is there more global variables that we'll use?
No, that's the main one we're going to use.
Okay.
Okay, so you can use your variable here. Cool. And let's do /echo.
Eco?
Yeah. Is it echo? Okay, and click connect and see what happens.
Wait, we have a good question here from Nisha. Hold on. Can global scope variables have duplicate names? And that's answered by LinkedIn user. No, they cannot. So my understanding, watch this be a Postman engineer. My understanding is you can declare as many variables, but Postman will resolve it. So you can have the same named variable in global as collection, but Postman will resolve it according to, what's that called? Scope resolutions.
Yeah.
From the narrowest scope will take precedent.
Yeah.
Okay. Hit connect.
Yep.
Okay. It says connecting down here.
I might have given you the wrong URL.
It says disconnected.
Yeah, because there's an extra / in there.
Oops. Yeah. So take this one out.
Yeah.
And you're looking at this area, so the string substitution.
Yep.
Try it again. Connecting. This is so disconnected.
Okay, what did I do?
Handshake.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
Oh my gosh, John's work alias is already ahead of us. I can't save the request.
Good question.
Haha.
Let me quickly just double check that I'm giving you the right thing. Okay,
Neil
cool.
Stud has the 502
Yep,
as
yep.
well.
That is all my bad. What you want to add is a quick a ws/echo. My bad.
Here,
Yeah,
ws/.
yeah. And then
Okay.
try to connect.
Connected. Oh, connected. Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Yep,
So we connected, but one thing that we didn't do is kind of look around and see what was on that page. If you're a usual user of Postman, you're probably familiar with the big request page or request tab with a URL, parameters, authorization, test script, pre-request scripts, settings, and then you have the response area. So yeah, you can just click open new tab and this will show it. So you have your title, request URL, request parameters, and then the response area. So the difference with the WebSocket, so if you go back to WebSocket, we do have settings for the connection, but once the connection is made, you do not edit your URL, but you can send messages as you go, right? Like as we talked about at the start, it's eternal. The server can send you messages whenever, but you can also send messages to the server whenever based on what you may need. So now you can see there's this like compose message area right below. So as you can tell, once you're connected, you can't edit the params, you can't edit the headers or settings. They're all grayed out.
And you're saying this is once the connection is established, you can't change it
so
because it's
you could click
eternal.
disconnect. You could click disconnect, and then you'll see like this is now available.
Editable.
Yeah. So we'll go through these params a bit later. But now that let's connect again.
Connected.
Yeah. And now you see there's this prompt with the message, and you can see you can send different type of stuff. There's a drop down at the bottom, a bit like the adding a body to a post request in Postman. You can send different type of things: JSON, XML, HTML.
What's array buffer?
It's a good question, and Shamashish is probably going to answer it in the chat.
Shamashish, tell us what array buffer is. I feel like these are in the normal Postman HTTP request editor, but for request bodies. Hey,
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's send it something.
Oh, I'm like just looking around. There's like the feedback thing. There's a save, which doesn't.
Okay, let's do.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, you're right, and it was a question as well. So yeah, there's a save button. It's grayed out. As I mentioned before, it's in beta. The point of that is that we want to see that this works for everyone, or like that's what people expect when testing WebSocket APIs. Once we have that validated, we'll add it to just like a first-class citizen in Postman, where you can save it in a collection, you can add documentation to it, you can test them, etc. And the way we check if that's the right tool for you, or if it's the right way to test like WebSockets APIs, is the feedback button. So if you click on that button, it will go to a community forum posted by me, where you can give any piece of feedback around WebSockets that you want.
I'll heart it.
Whee! Give me all that sweet karma, discourse karma. Cool. So if you try it out and have any feedback, you can click on that feedback button and get there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Postman engineers are really good at putting features out as quickly as they can, but letting users know, hey, don't get super attached to it because we're using this. We have the Canary build, and we have occasionally we have like beta releases, like this one right here, where we're trying to collect information about how people use it, just to make sure that what does ultimately get used by bazillions of people is the best solution.
Yeah. We have a question about, is it possible to send an attachment document with the post request in WebSockets? You can't, if you have it saved as binary data, like you can send it as such, but we don't have yet the upload function, just like you would have in a post request in Postman. Okay, so let's send a message.
Like what?
Like
what is this endpoint anyways? Text. I don't even know.
Well, this endpoint echoes back whatever you send to it.
Oh, it's an echo on Postman.
WebSockets.
Is this yours or is this
Postman? That's mine. Okay. So there's one that is not owned by Postman called WebSocket Echo, but I think we took it down like a couple of days before when we were all trying it out internally, and I was I did not feel like it was the right one to use for everyone here. So I just recreated one.
But I think some folks are actually hitting this endpoint. So let's echo something. What do you want to say?
You pick. It's, just be nice because it's going to come back to yourself.
Oh, that's so meta. You are a good person. And we'll send it in text.
Text is fine. Okay, so see that. Okay, things happened, right?
Yes.
So you have these messages again, and again, a difference from the usual type of response that you get, which is just one, and it stays the same until you send the request again. These messages will change over time as you send more data or get more data from the server. So we can see what happened. We didn't actually inspect the connected, so you can click on the connected and expand it. Okay. So this one gives details about what happened. It says it's a... So you look at the request headers. Yeah, so we're trying to do upgrade our connection to a WebSocket. And that's what you send to the server to say, I want to move from the HTTP protocol to WebSocket protocol.
Moving on up. Okay.
Yep. And then if you look at the response headers, it accepted. And it gave you a secure token. Cool.
Okay, so this is the network data of the connection being made.
Yeah.
And then I sent up in the top, I composed a message here, and then I hit send. So now I see up arrow and down arrow.
Yeah, so the up arrow is your outgoing messages. So the second one, yeah, if you look at this one, same, you can click on it and see what happened. So it's basically just your message. It's basically, so if you send a bunch of message and you just look in your history, you're able to go back to whatever you send. So for this one, it doesn't really make sense because it's just a one-liner. But if you'd send like a bunch of JSON, it would just show...
JSON. Why didn't you tell me to send JSON?
Because we'll do that later. And then that's what the server sends back. So I see a few questions. Which programming language should we write, and Postman can support it as a test? In general, for tests in Postman, we use JavaScript.
So the tests we're talking about is back under here, so under the tests tab.
Yeah. And then will Postman, the company, be providing an echo service for WebSockets? Yes. I think this is in the works. We'll add WebSocket support to our current Postman echo service. But I don't have a timeline for that.
Yeah, in the meantime, if you're trying it out at home, just use Arlemi's hosted echo. Should I drop a link to this in the chat?
I think we did already, no? Oh, I mean, yeah, you can go ahead again.
Wait, I'll do the whole one because...
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to check the WebSocket for different platform, how can we test it? If you're asking to query other endpoints, again, you just have to change the URL and put your own endpoint there. So one thing that we mentioned was that you were not able to save requests. So I want to show the way to find previous requests that you've made so you don't have to recreate it every time.
Okay.
So if you go on the left and expand it, you have a history tab.
Uh-oh, is this my internet search history?
Maybe, I don't know. Do you have the proxy enabled?
Should I click this?
Yeah, just go for it. Okay, it's all good.
Okay.
Okay, and it's there. So if you send request and you were not able to save, but you close Postman and come back to it, you can go to your history. You'll see the different WebSocket connections that you've made in the past, and you can click on it.
This is the first one that we sent today.
That failed.
Today that failed because it didn't have the WS ahead of it.
Yeah. And you can actually, it keeps the history of messages to a certain extent as well.
You know, I think John's work alias is the one that was discovered that you couldn't save first. But a lot of people don't know about saving to collections and that kind of stuff. And
True.
A lot of people naturally work through the history, which is can be helpful, but not super helpful for persisting your data. I'll close that one. I'll close this one.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a simple echo service, right? It's just to show you that whatever you send, you can get it back. Now let's disconnect to that one I'm going to send you to another service.
Wait, so if I just change my message, it'll just echo. Can I just
Yeah,
change it to
yeah.
something else?
Go for
So
it.
you said I could do JSON, and I was stupid and I put plain text.
Actually,
Let's
don't
go
know.
ahead.
It might return it as a string because we'll see.
So here's a thingy, JSON message. Ooh, ooh. So the up is what I send,
Yep.
and yeah,
Huh.
it just echoed it back.
Nice. I coded it better than I thought. I actually respected the format. It's
Yeah,
good.
so this is it's on the same connection. It's just a stream now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to demo actually that stream thing, let's disconnect from that one, or you can open a new one if you want to keep them running.
Does it matter if I have a bunch of connections open?
No, you can. I mean, I've tried it out quite a bit since it was released, and it was fine.
It handles well.
Yeah.
Well done, Arlemi. Compliments for your homegrown echo, or forked echo, rather. Okay, let's go ahead and disconnect because
Okay.
we're done with that
So
one.
we could let's still create it in another one so we can keep the history
Look
of
back.
that one.
Okay.
You can't actually create
Oops,
a new one like this. I kept doing that as well. You need to go
Muscle
through the
memory.
new button, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to expand the sidebar. Find this
Yeah.
new button.
Yep.
Go to WebSocket requests that has beta next to it, and that creates my new tab.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's use the same base URL.
Okay. Is it still on my clipboard? It's a risky paste if I don't know it.
You have it saved
the
as a
base
variable.
URL.
Yeah.
Not
No,
called base
WebSocket
URL, called WebSocket.
Cool.
Why not?
WS / IoT this time.
Oh, IoT. Okay, new endpoint.
Okay. Let's connect to this.
Connect. I'll drop a link to this in the chat. Oh, are we going to turn on a light?
No.
Oh.
In the meantime, there's a quick question. What is the future plan of Newman integration in Postman? Helps tester a lot. So there's the collection run available in Postman, which is not quite Newman because it can't export to, just like you were asking before, they export to, I forgot the name,
Oops.
the templates.
If you, Arlemi's talking about this run button or this runner down at the bottom right, or you can't see it, it's behind our head.
Yeah.
At the bottom right or this top run button. Okay.
Yeah, so that's the state of it at the moment. I don't know if there's a roadmap for it, but you may ask on the Newman repository in GitHub. What happens when huge amount of sockets are connected? How Postman server behaves? Is there any limit of connection request of WebSockets? There's two ways to answer that. One is to say, try it out and let us know. But no, there is a limit. I think the engineering team might be more suited to answer that. But I think, yeah, there's a certain limit that I don't know.
Let's do it now.
Well, let's keep this one. Can you hide the message so we can go back? John's work areas. What's my new light URL? I don't have one today because I'm using ngrok for something else that we'll see later.
Ooh, is that foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Shamashish actually chimes in and says, we will all know together. We will find out eventually. Eventually, very soon.
Okay. Someone tried to send something to my endpoint already. I see. Okay, so let's. Can you send a message?
Wait,
just
what's
a text.
all this stuff?
Yeah, that's people started playing with it. So if you just send a message that says reset.
Plain?
Yep, and send. What?
Wait, so that means I open a
Okay.
connection, so I see a history of all the stuff that's coming through?
Yep. Give me a sec. IoT.
Are people spamming this?
I think they are.
Oh, wait, stuff is coming through.
Okay, yeah, I see someone just send reset now. Cool. Okay, so please, people, just wait a sec. I'll explain what's happening, and then you
Cool,
can
cool.
send messages again. Oh, someone sent something. So I have the logs on my end too, and I can see what's happening.
So yeah,
Okay.
we could just read this undefined thread.
Yeah, that was the risk. You know what? Let me quickly. Uh, hmm. Just one sec.
That's kind of nice, Arlemi. You can continue doing your solution. But it's kind of nice. We've been live streaming for a while, and seldomly do we get hacked or people try to like DDoS us in the middle of a stream. But, maybe we've just found so much success that now it's time. It's about time.
Okay. Cool. That should work. I'll send you. So just for the sake of the demo, quickly, I'll send Joyce a link that we'll use to demo. Use this one instead. If you can put it in a variable and not show it to people.
Okay.
If you stop sharing your screen.
Okay. So I will take my screen off.
Okay.
And then do what now? Put that as the path?
Yeah. Okay, and they're both going to run in parallel. So for other people, you can keep using the IoT one. I'm not stopping it from working. They'll all be running.
Okay, I'll bring my thing back on screen.
Oh, I think it's actually going to resolve it at the top when you connect. It's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. Let's try to be fast enough.
Oh no, should I hide my screen?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
You need to connect first.
Okay.
Yeah, it resolves. It's fine. Okay, so can you show the messages?
Yeah.
You need
Wait,
to put it
I'm
up.
in the messages, right?
No, you need to put it up.
Damn it.
Could not connect.
Wait, I think I accidentally hit a bunch of buttons. Should I try connecting again?
No, okay. We need to see the messages because that's where the errors are shown, so we know what's happening.
Oh, I thought it already connected. I'm gonna show our secret then. Is that
No,
right?
we showed it already.
But very quickly.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's two / again. Just write it. It's fine.
Oh, well, I'm so stupid. Okay. I forgot what it was.
Don't share. No space. No.
Okay. Okay, connect.
Good stuff. Cool. Let's look at the messages. We are connected, I think. Yeah. It's coming as undefined. Can you send reset? Damn. We're not going to get it, are we? Can't have nice things.
Okay. Well, if folks keep spamming this, we won't be able to demonstrate what we want to do, but that's fine. We can move on to something else.
Let me do that. Actually, you know what? I'll just do something.
Are you sure it's people in the chat?
Yeah, but it's fine.
Okay.
I found a workaround. Okay. Nope.
It is kind of annoying, but it's also kind of like nice that people care enough about our live stream to like try to destroy it.
And then I need to do. Okay, cool. Are we getting something now? Okay, can you try connect again? Nice, cool.
Ooh, there's a legitimate question here. Are we able to send GIFs and emojis in a message?
We can try it. I've not tried.
Emojis
GIFs probably
you
not
should
because,
be able to.
Yeah, GIFs are just a file, and as I mentioned before, you can't upload files. But for emojis, you should just be able to use.
Let me use my new trick that I learned. I'm using Windows space. Should I try it?
It's not eco, so it's not going to send anything back.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, we have messages coming in. So that's the good news. And now I just want to demo like the different things you can do on the messages. Like, can you like expand all the messages bits so we can see what's happening? Okay, so that's more of a like real world use case where you get a lot of data from some sensors. So I have a thing here. Let me see. Yeah, I have a device here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly.
Should I make it big?
No, I think it's fine like this. But it's a device with a bunch of sensors. So I have a joystick here. I have some like potentiometers, and I have a temperature sensor somewhere here, and an accelerometer. So that's everything you're getting. So you'll see if we share back the screen. Can you how do you close that message? Click new message at the top so it goes back to what's coming. So you can see joystick is center. If I move to the right, now it's to the right. If I move to the left, it will change to the left. And there's a value for the potentiometers, so I can just change them.
What's a potentiometer?
It's the little like circles that you can turn. It gives you a value between 0 and 1.
0 and 1? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
An accelerometer, does that mean like you're moving it around?
Yeah, if I move it, then you have like an acceleration that's given to it. So it's going to change based on...
And your
like...
temperature seems pretty stable.
Yeah, but if I put my finger there, it should kind of go a bit lower. Because, yeah, my body temperature...
Is colder?
Yeah.
Than room temperature?
No, than electronics that are like plugged for 24 hours straight.
Interesting. Cool.
Yeah, it's been heating up because I've not used it in a while. Okay, cool. So the reason for this is to show how you can filter messages and how you can see like in more details what's happening. So you did it before. You clicked just by reflex. You clicked on one message to see what was happening in there. So you can click on one again. And yeah, so as I mentioned, like if you have a bigger message, then you see it in more details as a JSON format.
I don't like how it keeps pushing down the more stuff comes in.
Yeah, that's that's the beauty of an instant connection. Yeah, it just pushes your data. You don't ask for it, but it gives it to you anyway.
So how do I filter for information?
Quick, I'll answer Ed before. Will you have a web version or is it just desktop? Joyce is actually on the web version. So yeah, it works on the web. Just make sure that you use the desktop agent. Otherwise it won't work.
So I'm here at the bot. Oh, you can't see it. It's behind our head. Here, wait, let me lift it up. So I'm here in my browser. You can see the URL here at the top. And then at the bottom, if you go auto select agent, I have auto select, but Arlemi saying you could do desktop agent. That's streaming.
Yep. Can you live visual incoming data? Not for now.
Oh, CryptoCoder wants to say like temperature is getting like hot, like a visualizer. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so one thing you can do in this list of messages is just like expand them to see what's happening. Let's go and look at what you can do in the all messages thing.
In the all messages?
Yeah. Okay. So you can filter only the ones you get from the server or the one that you sent. So you didn't send any.
Oh, yeah, because it's just listening.
Yeah, it's just listening. In the case where you would send something, then you would be able to kind of to the difference. But then there's the search bar.
Like I could do that with our old one, right?
Yep.
So our previous history or messages, you go to sent, and I sent to. Versus, oh, wait, I'm getting my ones mixed up. Okay. So you can filter by sent and received.
Yeah. So we can go back to all messages. It show the same. And then we have the search bar. So let's search for something that is not on all the messages. For example, when I move the joystick to the right, what if you search for right?
Like this?
I don't even think it's case sensitive, but...
Okay, let's try. I didn't have to yell it. Okay, so here's all the right ones. You only did that 4 times.
Yeah.
Is this just text search then? So I couldn't say like temperature above this or something?
For now, yeah. For now, it
Okay.
is a text search. I don't think you'll be able to do like conditions. We'll have regex. We'll have like some stuff like we have in the rest of Postman. But yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, you're able to filter on messages. What you can do as well. So if you go back to write, so search for write. It's funny because you actually said you only did it 4 times. I didn't press it 4 times. I'm not actually sending you data as soon as I do something. It just sends you the current state every 1 second.
Oh,
So
so
it
you're
means
like,
I kept it to the right for 4 seconds. And one way to do that, to actually compare how long this happened, you could select the first and the last messages of that list.
select them. Oops.
Yeah. You'll get, yeah. You need to go out and go back in, I think.
Oh, sorry. My finger is really big.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you have a time difference between the first and the last one at the top.
So what is this saying? So this is not, you pressed it right 4 times. It's at 1 second intervals. It happened to be joystick set right.
Yeah.
And the first time it happened and the last time it happened, there was 4 seconds difference.
Yeah.
So maybe you pressed it right once, but you held it for 4 seconds.
Yeah. So you see now I just pressed it again. So you have new data coming in. And you could compare. So last time I pressed right was 5 minutes ago, apparently. 5 minutes and 16 seconds. So it's a good way as well. Like if you're getting sent data of whichever event from somewhere.
What
You
is
can
that
see-
doohickey you have? I'm curious. That's lovely.
What is what?
Show us your thing again.
Oh,
What is it called?
so that's a cheap Freedom Arduino compatible thing. Then I have an Armbed shield here. And this was, I don't know, I had that a while ago, and it's old
So
code running
neat.
on it. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
We should
It's
do
just-
a
it's
future
like-
live stream where
It's got pins
people
on
can.
the side.
Yeah. Pins. Okay. So we're seeing the difference between these two. I think we have a request in the chat to highlight how to use settings in WebSocket.
Yeah. So good, timely question. Can you deselect your things? Let's reset the search as well. So type something in the search. Anything. Yeah, and just erase it. It's just to reset it. So we go back
Like
to
this?
like
Okay.
yeah. So now we're back to normal getting
All
data. So
messages.
yeah, I'm going to trigger a deconnection from the server. So I'm just gonna do that and this. So now you're disconnected. Someone was asking on chat, can we look at the settings? So let's go and have a look at the settings.
So yeah, you can't edit any of this stuff if you're connected, but now
Yep.
we can look under settings.
So there's a few settings here. The first one is when you try to connect. If you don't get a response, after how long do you want to disconnect? If you leave it to 0, it's going to keep on trying until the server gives an error. So we've had a few times got a disconnect message or an error message from the server, which means it was not able to do it. Some will just let you hang in. So you might want to have a value here, like let's say I'm just going to try to connect to that server for, it's in milliseconds, so you might want to go like 3000. Yep. So that's just in case. And then the one that's interesting here, so the reconnection attempt. If you're being disconnected by the server, just like I did now to Joyce, Joyce was like connected to my server, I just booted her out. If you put that setting to 1 or 2 or whatever, it's going to keep on trying to reconnect when you get disconnected. So you can do, I don't know, 2 or 3, whatever. Yeah, 2 works good. And then you can give the interval between each reconnection. So let's say the server was down for 2 seconds. The first reconnection attempt is not going to work. And then there's going to be a new reconnection attempt 5 seconds before, and this one might work because the server is back up.
Yeah.
And then you have a maximum message size. So this is what you can receive. I think we had questions about the limitations. if your server is sending you like messages of like 1 gigabyte every time, you'll probably hit the limitations pretty fast. But yeah, you can set the limit here.
Interesting.
Cool. So now you have that new setting, right? You have this reconnection setting.
Yep.
So let's connect again, and I'll disconnect you and see what happens.
Okay, it's very disorienting. I thought I was in control, but you're able to disconnect from either side. Okay, so I connect here?
Yeah. Okay, so you're connected. I'm going to go ahead and say disconnect. And see, this time automatically it tries to reconnect.
Oh, wait, it's still trying. Okay, so instead of saying disconnect and then I have to manually connect, it's just going to keep retrying X number of times, or three times.
So I guess again, like one of the use cases, it's often used in like IoT, where like it can be a lot of very cheap devices which are not always very reliable, or they might be in places where the connection is not reliable. So that's a good setting to have running to make sure that you keep on trying and not just disconnect and stop getting the data.
Yeah, Gani, if you have specific, I think you were asking about the settings. If you have specific feedback about the settings or questions that you want to go over, this is a good time to ask them. But yeah, that is kind of nice.
So yeah, that's the settings.
Okay.
One thing that we didn't check in the message area is the clear messages. So now you have like a lot of messages, and you were talking about how like you get a lot of stuff and you're kind of bothered with it. So if you just click clear messages and want to go back from a empty state, there you go.
Oh, it just hides them.
Yeah. So yeah, it clears them, but it keeps them somewhere if you want to go back to them later. And you can click restore, and it's gonna put them back in
behind our
there.
head. Let me make it. Yeah. So let me just show that again. I cleared it. It hides them all, but I can restore them.
Yeah.
Wait, was that behind our head? I couldn't see.
No, that was fine.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. That was, what did we show? We showed the settings. We showed the filtering messages, searching messages. What can we do next? Let me see.
We have a question from chat. Can we write automation tests into Postman in the future? Saeed, I'm not sure if this is what you're asking, but is it possible to write tests that are run automatically in Postman? And I think we have some previous live streams where we've done that. Yep.
Okay.
And we have somebody chiming in from... Oh, interesting. So it shows up in the chat as a flag for some country that I don't know, but Restream is saying it's PS. I wonder if that's a clue.
Probably is a clue.
Okay. What next, Arlemi?
Okay, what next? So we saw two different types, right? The first one was echo, send a message, gets it back. Now we have this one where you just connect to it and it spams you every second. Now let's do one where it only sends you a message if something happens. So let's create a new request.
Okay, I was gonna go to this tab, but I learned. I'm gonna go.
So in this one, we will need the audience.
Participation.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to new, and I'm gonna go to WebSocket request. I open a new tab.
Okay.
And we have another question in the Gani. Gani is like expert WebSocketer. What is the role of param if we send message through text box?
So it's just based on your WebSocket URL. Yeah, you can show it. It's basically just your params URL. So if your server URL was like WebSocket / base URL / something and some parameters, you would have it there for the connection.
Yeah, that's just for the connection. So this whole area is the connection, but once you connect, you're not able to, you can see you can't edit it. So this part is, this part where you compose the message is where it's kind of dynamic back and forth, bi-directional. Oh, okay, it's a Palestinian flag. Oh gosh, PS was a good clue. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a new request. Let's use the same base URL.
From the
So
IoT?
you can disconnect that one if you want.
Okay.
Yep. Go to the new request.
Same.
And this time, instead of IoT, let's use Twitter. Just instead of don't, keep the WS.
WS. Instead of don't share?
Yeah.
Okay. Connect.
Okay, let's connect. Okay, so what this one does, the way I've parameterized it, usually Twitter doesn't have, they have an API which streams data, but it's only for enterprise. So this one scans Twitter. And whenever someone tweets something that mentions WebSockets, it will pull it and then it will push it to you. So I'll try on my end. I have a...
so you're going to want people to tweet about WebSockets eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually, not yet.
I mean,
actually,
if they
yes,
wanna...
we're connected. We're
connected. It should work. I've just moved it, but let's see. We can do... I should have had a tweet ready for that.
So it's kind of interesting behavior because in the past, we did the first one, Echo, we composed a message, sent it so that we could see it down here, and then we saw the... Oh, Neil Stud says, just retweeted Danny Dainton. I retweeted that one earlier, but Neil Stud must have heard us say, now it's listening, and now it's going to filter through. Let's see what that tweet is. Okay, so it's a text tweet coming through. Oh, Arlemi just tweeted. We're exploring WebSockets Live.
Okay.
So it's just the content of the tweet that you decided to pipe.
Yeah, so I'm getting on my server, I'm getting the whole thing. Like I'm getting the whole JSON data, but I just passed it just to get the username and content of the tweet.
Okay. So we can sit here and, oops. Where is the, how do I collapse it here? I keep wanting to collapse it in that drop down. Ooh, what's this?
CobbleBot.
What language is this?
It's Portuguese.
Ooh, we're just like creeping on WebSocket chatter in Twitter right now. And it's not hashtag, oh my gosh, my cat is playing with the WebSockets on the screen. It's not WebSocket hashtag, it's just text.
It is just text, yeah. I could have used a hashtag, yeah.
Newman just retweeted Danny. That's a good tweet, Danny. John Banning.
John Banning. Good one. Well, yeah, so that's another use case, again, for WebSockets. Just have stuff happening. So again, like we're in beta, there's not much you can do with this apart from like keeping an eye on and seeing what's happening. But ideally, we'll be able to trigger things or like write tests based on that. Okay, my name is what? WebSocket? My cat just worked. Okay.
Flashbang avocado. That wasn't me.
Is that your fake account?
No, that wasn't me. Ooh, Shruti just tweeted. There's that popular Danny Dainton tweet. Oh my gosh, we're going to make Danny's tweet go viral. Oh, there's the emojis.
Oh, so actually, we had a question before about emojis. There you go. It definitely reads emojis.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. It would be interesting if we could pipe these messages, this historical message, the feed of messages into like with the Postman proxy into a collection or something like that.
WebSockets drop tables.
Danny Dainton. Oh, I thought he said no more retweets. Yes, more retweets. Oops.
Danny wants all the street creds. He's getting all the Stack Overflow now already.
Karma.
Yeah. Is this how we make Danny even more popular? Hey, I have tweets you can retweet too. Just go on my account.
Yeah. WebSockets drop tables. Oh, Neil Stud.
Yep,
try drop DB.
Does not work. Are the params just URL parameters? Yes, they're just URL parameters, and you can send data in headers too. We didn't go through it, but same again. What you put in params and headers is going to be used for the connection to the WebSocket server. So, for example, we might not get to it, but if you were using one that requires authentication, you might want to add a header, like a bearer token in your header. You could have like an authorization param and then bearer token. Okay, so that was one where we got the people to play with. We have another one where we can get people to play with if we want.
Yeah, let's do it. Wait, let me just show that headers because somebody did have a question about auth earlier. So in order to edit the headers, this isn't required. It's just for demonstration purposes. In order to edit this part, we need to disconnect so that we can make changes, right?
Yep.
And you just go to the next area, and you were saying if you want to add an authorization token where you have like bearer and then like whatever your token is. And then you would reestablish your connection. Just for example purposes, Arlemi's WebSocket doesn't require this authorization because there is no authorization apparently. But that's how you would then connect. Let me delete that and reconnect so we can see all the lovely retweets of Danny Dainton's tweet.
Okay, let me think of the next one. Unless you want to create something, or we can just keep exploring use cases.
Yeah. Arlemi, we are tearing through these examples. So chat, let us know. I think, Arlemi, you might have an idea for something that we can build or hack on. If people are more curious about certain types of webs. No, you're shaking your head. Here, let me make your face big for a sec, okay?
Okay. And in the meantime, I'll try to look for that example.
I'll bring chat back on screen. So let us know what you want to look at. If you want to learn more about WebSockets, if you want to learn more about some of the features that we see. Actually, I think if I'm not mistaken, we covered most of the features. Right, Arlemi?
So there's one where one that we have in the pipe is a chat room where we can all use Postman, connect to that web server, and just send messages to each other.
Yeah, let's do it. I like that one.
Okay, so this one was created by, I'm worried I'm not going to pronounce her name correctly. So let me try to find her name because I don't want to be mean.
Andre Harris is saying, I can see many use cases for this. I like the sensor data example. Yeah, and it's so interesting. I work at Postman, so for many years I've just been in HTTP world, but WebSocket world is a new world that I'm really excited to explore. So IoT is a very popular use case for WebSockets. Chat bots, as we will soon see, like a chat. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah.
Okay, so it was created, and I'm probably still going to pronounce it wrong, but by Vaishnavi from the support team at Postman. So she created that because they were trying to see what type of questions they could get from the users as they play around with WebSockets.
One of our Postmanauts, Vaishnavi.
I'm just going to use it because why not? It's there.
Okay, yeah.
So let me send you a link.
Should I share my screen again?
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Okay, so I'm going to...
And then we'll share the link to everyone. So the URL is the following. I'm going to send it on the LinkedIn chat as well so that everyone can get it.
Oh gosh, people are going to be faster than I am. Okay, so instead of clicking the tab, this muscle memory is going to be good for us. Okay, so go to the new WebSocket request, and I'm going to enter in that endpoint. Do I need a WS at the end and stuff like that?
No, that's this one is the one.
Okay, should I connect?
Yeah.
Boop, boop. Connecting.
See, hopefully I got it right.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not.
Connecting.
Oh, it's actually a Heroku app, and so it might just take a second to wake up. Okay, we connected, and I think you can start sending messages. Let me see.
Wait, why does this echo?
So I'm not entirely sure how it's coded, but I'm guessing it's listening to that tunnel and sends it to everyone that listens. So you're connected to it. So you're technically rebroadcast, and you're also listening to it. So you'll just get all the messages.
So I get all the down arrows coming to it, but in this case, I have the up arrow because I sent it from my instance of Postman. And I will bet you a paycheck that this one here is our friend. Oh, we can't see who did it.
No, it's not. Oh, if you want to create our own and just like have it with username, we could do that.
Yeah, so we could create So this is just sorry, say it again. Vaishnavi?
Vaishnavi, I think.
Yeah, we're probably pronouncing that wrong. Let us know phonetically how to spell that in the chat if anyone knows. But she built it to essentially publish chats in a feed. But Arlemi could build something that then takes other network data or user data or requires more stuff. Whoa. What a feature. I love it. How much you want to guess that's a Postman person?
Well, we'll never know. That's the beauty of anonymous chat.
Yeah, free kittens. Risky click of the day. This is going to be a Rickroll.
It very well could be.
Yeah.
Where is the link for that? I've posted it a bit above. If you scroll back up in the, I think right above your message actually it might be. No, a bit. Yeah, a bit above.
Yeah. So it's
Anonymous.
I just put it on the screen. If you want to snag it from the screen too. Who's Anonymous? So we have a suggestion here, or actually a question. Is the WebSocket updated in Postman docs? Do you know if docs have been updated?
It might be. I'm not entirely sure. It should be, hopefully.
If
Yeah,
it's not,
it is.
it's updated.
Yeah, let me send the link
Wait,
as well.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it. Oh, you're going to send it to the actual one? Yeah, okay.
I'm sending it to you, and then posting it on the LinkedIn chat as well.
Okay. All right, and
There you go.
David is saying, I will check this with my Instagram automation. Yeah, what kind of ideas do you have for apps you want to build? Because this will inform our future live stream.
Yeah, that's I feel like the social network use case. So we actually did a stream with Twitter, right? Like Sean did that, where he used the monitor to do every 5 minutes you put in the latest tweets. So this one actually gives you the real time view of what's happening, which is better.
Keep your WebSockets warm with socks? What does that mean?
It's a play on words because there's socks in there.
WebSockets. Oh, yeah, wait. Oh, let me show you the best emoji thing. Okay, let me remove cat poop, and I will use my Windows dot for, how do I search? Oh my God.
Hey, just start typing, yeah.
Web,
Oh,
and then how do
oh
I?
no, she's doing it. Just type. Yep.
Sock. That
Oh.
was weird. Whoop. Okay, send. WebSockets. WebSockets. Yeah,
Make it
so
in
many
time.
use cases. Ubaid, if you have other ideas for use cases, or you've heard of other ideas for WebSockets, let us know. Oh, good.
Okay.
We have confirmation from somebody else that the pronunciation is correct.
So one thing we didn't show, but I've mentioned, is for now we've gotten text and emojis in the response, but you can actually get other type of data. You could get images or videos directly here. So do we want to call a WebSocket service that returns images?
Yes. Yes, we do.
Okay.
It's a separate WebSocket.
Yeah. Yet another one.
So I'll disconnect this one for now, even though we could.
What,
keep it running.
you're gonna leave the chat?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's leave it open so that we can come back and see what has happened. Wait, this server will shut down. Is that
So it
somebody
won't shut,
saying that?
because Joyce disconnect, it doesn't mean it's dead. Like this chat lives on after Joyce disconnect. You're all connected to that server, and that server sends data to all of you because you're connected to.
You guys have your own connections, but what shows here in this messages, I will not be able to see it until I connect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me.
We have a question from LinkedIn. How often does this lives go on? Sorry, is that what you were answering, Arlemi?
No.
Erica, I'm not sure if you're asking about this live stream. We probably have another 20 minutes or so of exploring WebSockets, but we stream once a week. Usually we build something in this. This is a special stream. We're just exploring and playing around. We're not actually building anything yet. Did you kick me out? Wait, no. That's not owned by you.
No. Oh, did we all get kicked out?
This might be an automated message that's like, you've been here too long and you're polluting my
No.
server. Let me see if I can connect again. She's like, there's too much noise in here. Please get
There might
out.
be, so some servers will have a timeout system, right? Like because your connection has been there and you've not been active for a certain time, or you've not been sending a message for a certain time, it's just going to disconnect you.
Mic drop.
But again, I don't know how she actually coded it. It might be in there. Okay, let's have a look at images.
Yeah. Should
So-
I open a new connection?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. WebSocket request. Okay.
And I'll send you another URL.
Should I post this in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, they'll get there before me.
It's fine. This one is not shared. I mean, it is shared, but you'll like all hit it, and it's only going to reply to you.
Let's hit it. Okay.
Okay.
Does it
so
require any params or headers?
does not require any params or headers.
Well, that was fast.
What it does require is you to say an image of what you want to see.
Oh, cat.
Oh.
Wait, what do you want to see?
No, I mean,
Cat poop.
no.
So I sent cat with this up arrow,
Yep.
and intriguing.
So that's another case where expanding helps, right?
Oh, so interesting. Who built this one? Did you build it?
No, someone else from Supel. Tay, I think.
Oh, Tay is great. Look at
Yeah.
this. Wait, what? How sophisticated is it, and what is the back end? I'm curious. What else should we? Oh, I know. Neil Stud, what should we search for?
Well, I have a suggestion. How about you
Yes.
use a random variable here?
Okay. So is this a text editor? Is my question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, no autocomplete.
Yeah, just remove the $sign and just type random.
Oh. Random image?
Where you start
it's Word.
start back. Yeah.
Word.
No, there is autocomplete. What I mean is there is autocomplete. So just you need to go back before, so it actually triggers it. Like start writing just like if you were.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Type slow. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Type more slowly, random. Okay, so what do we want? Adjective? No, that's
we
kind of
can-
hard, isn't it?
I think there's random noun.
Noun. Random noun? Random
Yeah.
BS noun. You want
Okay.
Random BS noun?
Yeah, why not? So for context for everyone, this is a built-in library for Postman called Faker, Faker.js, which you give it a variable and it's going to generate some random data for you. So
Ooh.
you can
So
Schemas.
Postman resolved it. This random BS noun is schemas.
and you get a binary back.
What does that mean?
Yeah, did not. I think it just didn't return anything.
Oh, that makes sense because it was random BS. Let's try random noun. So, bandwidth is hard too.
Oh, there is an image for it.
Oh, okay. It
Nice.
literally had the word bandwidth in it, so it had some tags. What else should we search for? Random color, you think? Do you think it'll have color tags?
Probably
Orange?
orange. That's a good color. We like orange.
That one. Max payload. What is the max payload, I wonder?
Did you just break my server?
No. It's probably a huge, giant image, don't you think?
Oh, wait, it did break. Let me see. Schemas, buffer, blah, blah. Yeah, I need to restart it. Just give me a sec.
Okay, tell me when to reboot. But Hannah Neal, of course, wants to search for an image of otters. Yes, as soon as we reestablish our connection. Connection disengaged. Tell us when. No hurry.
Okay, it's working. Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh, what? Okay,
Wait,
so we have a
someone is
question.
breaking it. Someone is breaking it. What are they doing?
John's work area says, can we connect these pipes and have random images posted to the chat?
Ooh, so
Wait, how would that workflow go? Somebody in chat then goes into the WebSocket and then it replies and then the image goes back to the chat? Or is that overcomplicated?
well, so you can't at the moment connect different requests, right? Like you can't have them talk to each other in Postman because you can just try one URL at a time. So that would not be able to not be like possible at the moment. Also, yeah, my server it did well. It did well for a while, but I
Rip.
think it's gone. Yep.
Oh no, this one was so fun though.
Right, it's up now until someone else breaks it. Go for it.
Okay, Otter.
I had 4 people calling it already. It's not broken yet.
Hey, hey,
Otter,
hey.
someone is
Otter,
looking
otter,
for cheese.
Ooh, this is the
Someone
Asian
is looking
small
for
clawed
Postman.
otter. Good game.
I
Random city, that's a good one. Let's try.
I just realized I can actually see what people are looking for. That's a bit creepy, but why not?
Well, of course you can. It's on your server.
Yeah.
You should be able to see all the stuff coming in and out. Lafayette. That's a weird one. Whoop, Lafayette.
It's a big image.
Oh gosh.
Danny, did you just try to search for yourself?
Hannah is pleased by the otters. Danny Dainton. Actually, why not search for Danny Dainton? We don't know this person's inventory.
Yeah, it's broken.
Somebody broke it.
Yeah, I think it's just
too much activity.
Yeah, I've not tried it at all. So Tay actually wrote a tutorial on how to run it, so I just followed through and hosted it myself. But yeah, I don't know what it's. Okay, it's running. Go for it.
Gosh, our support team is so amazing. Danny Dainton, searching Danny Dainton. Oh my gosh! I wonder.
Creepy much.
So Tay's not awake right now. I think she's in
Japan.
Australia.
Japan.
Oh really? I thought she was Australia. This is Danny Dainton's face, everyone. Danny has joined us for the day. Let's just look at that.
Oh, Australia.
Should I make it big?
Maybe. Okay, so Shamashish actually mentioned that earlier. Disconnect. So one thing you can do, you don't have to always connect, then send. Yeah. If you click send, it's going to create the connection already for you and send straight away. So if you expand the compose zone, and click send. Is there something
I should highlight on the screen? I didn't see what he said.
He said hit send without connecting.
Okay, so hit send. It's disconnected now. Instead of hitting connect, we're going to hit send.
Yeah.
Oh, so it just knows.
It works straight away.
It knows that send is like going to be awesome. Thank you, Shamashish.
Yeah, my bad. I saw it earlier, but I didn't ask again.
Hit send without connecting. There it
is. We have a question. So just to recap, you downloaded your Arduino code on the microcontroller and connected it to Postman. Yeah, so if we go back to when I was using my Arduino, this Arduino actually connects to an IoT platform hosted on IBM Cloud and talks via MQTT. So I'm putting that MQTT feed and then sending it to WebSocket, which we then listen to. It's a bit more complicated, but I could have it like go directly through WebSockets.
Your thing's down.
Did I break it again?
Yes.
I don't know why it. Someone looked for space and it broke it apparently. Okay, let me start again.
That's so philosophical.
Get ready to press send.
Okay.
Not even connect, just send.
Yeah, I know. You taught me.
Okay. Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's not up yet. It's doing things. Try.
Work Alias keeps blinding me with my light. Blinded by the light. Binary. What? What?
We're getting binary for Hannah.
Hannah Neal.
Getting a web page. Yeah, I think. Can you expand that? Is that all you're getting? Yeah. So if you scroll back down, you can see it's an HTML page. Unauthorized. Yeah, it's an unauthorized error. Oh well. Hannah. Sorry, Hannah.
Oh, John's work alias. Who is turning on my light? It's very bright. Okay, so what's going to happen when we click on runner?
Let's click it.
Yeah, so runner, normally you'd like drag a collection over to here or something like that. But since we can't save requests yet, because we're still in beta, so let's go back to the WebSockets, because you're not saving these, you're not persisting these except in the history, there's nothing to run.
Yeah, good point. Click on show message on the binary response that you have. Yeah, that one. Nice.
What?
Well,
It
because
just
like
shows it to the side?
yeah, but we had the hex dump, which is like the
I
whole
like
thing.
that. That's cool.
It's hacker man, hacker woman.
Yeah. Numbers.
MQTT next. Question for Shabashish. I'm not taking any bets. Cool. Oh, you can actually search in a message as well. I didn't even know that. I didn't notice. There's a little magnifier on the right here. So if you want to search in a specific message. And this one does take regex, apparently.
Well, I don't know regex, so if anybody has a bit of regex, drop it in the chat and I'll search for it. Neat.
Cool. Yeah, that's the VS Code, I think, search. It's cool.
The Monaco, is this part of the Monaco?
Yeah, Monaco, sorry.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
That's all I had.
That was so much. We explored all these different, I feel like they're toys, but they're like legitimate development projects.
Yeah. If the chat has any suggestion, if you know any WebSocket APIs that you want us to try now and just like play around with, we have 10 minutes. Otherwise, we're just gonna like slowly disconnect.
Slowly back away.
Yeah, just don't mind us. Just like slowly going away.
So Shamashish is our chief software architect and has promised on this live stream, you heard it here, everything is next. World domination.
But yeah, it's part of the moving towards an API platform that supports not only one protocol, but most, if not all protocols.
Multi-protocol,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's writing it down? I saw you putting it up. I was like, okay,
So,
question.
yeah. Is there anything, Ganit is asking, is there anything we can restrict team members to write anything when all team members have the same connection link? So my understanding is that Arlemi found a couple examples that were created by the community or by Postman employees. So they are the ones that are requiring author, not requiring author, whatever.
Yeah. So if your question is to a WebSocket URL, that's going to be based on the server. My servers are, for lack of time, just completely open. So you can write anything, and I don't even know where it's coming from. If you're like developing your own, you can definitely restrict like who gets access to it and put some authorization, like authentication on it. If you're asking about in Postman, when you create different type of entities in Postman, there's a whole gestion of groups or like roles, etc. in Postman. So you could definitely say that person has access to that request, that person doesn't, etc.
Oh shoot, that's new too. The user
Groups?
Yeah.
Only server cost limit exceeded.
What? Oh, is that real? I can't tell.
It is not real.
Hello?
I don't think the server would talk to us through WebSockets.
Oh, Saeed's question was about what happens when we click run while we've created a new collection. I see. So let's just quickly go over that. But the runner is basically if you have all these requests, let's drag API learner. We have 4 requests in this collection. You can go ahead and run all the requests. Well, is there a set next request null in that one?
Likely, yes.
No. No, there's not. Interesting.
Maybe at the collection level?
No. Here, let me drag a new one in there. Saeed, it's to
Oh,
run.
there you
Oh,
go.
there it is. It just took a while. Oh, look at milliseconds. I can't do that math. It's at 11
Oh, it's
seconds.
because it's on glitch, so it took 11 seconds.
To warm up like Heroku.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just closed it by hitting that button. So it'll just run your requests in waterfall order unless you have any kind of scripts that reconfigure the workflow. So yeah, runner is pretty badass. All right, so question from Maria. You connect all sensors and then run the code to connect the WebSocket and you get them back on Postman?
Yep. So I don't remember because it was a while, but there's code that pulls the data from all the sensors and then sends it on, like, puts them all together and sends it over, as a JSON object in this. And then I connect to that same server and get the data sent to me. I don't even pull it, it's just being pushed to me.
Yeah, and I'm like Maria. I'm so satisfied. I'm so curious about that toy you have that I want to do another live stream on it. Down. You're pushing it down.
Maybe I am.
Right. Center.
Can you guess what's changing?
It's a British app because it's pronouncing or it's spelling center.
Well, it's spelling the right way.
And we have a shout out from John's work alias. Set next request is one of their favorite features in the scripting. Yeah. So the set next request we can talk about really quickly is in a regular HTTP request like the one that we just ran. It'll go in sequential waterfall order, right? It'll go get data, post data, delete data, and put data. But if you want to say Postman set next request name, I can actually jump to put data. So it'll skip post data and delete data, or I can say, this is what me and Arlemi were looking for, null, which would then just run the first request.
And you can do conditions, etc., like based on which response you get.
Yeah, some conditional, like if then, or retries or looping or any of that kind of stuff. And Shamashish is foreshadowing. Actually, it's not foreshadowed. We announced it in Galaxy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
John's work alias, then you'll love when you see Flow Runner. What's that?
Well, that's a very good point.
I didn't realize Neil Studd was from Manchester. Flow Runner. Oh, what is Flow Runner? I can just really quickly answer that because I think we did. Correct me if I'm wrong, Arlemi. I think we did.
We did. Yeah. It's in the keynote.
Okay. You want to explain it?
I can. But basically, Flow Runner is going to be a graphical interface where, so instead of having to go in your code and say, after this one, I want the next request to be that one by putting the name, you'll have a graphical interface and you can just drag and drop a request and then say, if that condition, put an arrow to the next request and kind of link them together on that Canva, basically.
Yeah, it's like we've previously had streams on Node-RED before, drag and drop interface to create and build your workflows. So John's work alias was talking about Postman set next request, but just being able to do that instead of with code, but with drag and droppy. Yeah.
Yep.
Gunit has this really interesting analogy. We're like bartenders. It's like cocktail back here. We're having a party. And Maria, I am with you. It's so interesting. I'm guessing you're talking about the IoT thing. Let me know when you go live next. Yeah.
So we go live every Thursday. If you're on LinkedIn, apparently, so if you go to the Postman page and there's an events tab, that's valid for everyone, by the way. There's a list of events that we'll do. They're not all about the same topic. It's always different with different guests and different hosts. Though you see Joyce and my face pretty often. But yeah, we're live every Thursday at the same time.
And next week, I think, Arlemi, you're going to be back doing Kubernetes?
Yes, that's me.
Do you want to tell us what that is?
Well, I'm going to be basically what Joyce was today. I'm just going to be like help creating something. So I'm getting a guest from Humanitech, which is a DevOps tooling company based in Germany, I think. So one of their QA lead is going to jump in with me, and he's going to teach me how to use the API to create a full-fledged app, just web app, backend, front-end, database, etc., just using APIs and hosted on Kubernetes.
Kubernoodles, Hannah says.
I'm glad you guys did this. It works great so far. That's very good to hear. That's the kind of feedback we're looking for, even though we're looking for all type of feedback, but that's the one that makes us very happy. Saving this in Notebook Network First Workflow Programming Language. Yes. Good emoji, Hannah. I'm glad you're using your points for the right things. We'll add more emojis eventually, promise. But yeah, with that said, I think we're going to close it now. Hopefully you'll enjoy WebSockets. I'll keep most of the things that are hosted on the Bluemix URL. It will keep running for a while, so you can keep trying it. Otherwise, keep experimenting with it. There's plenty of APIs out there. And if you have any issue, there's the community forum that I'm going to drop a link again to.
Yeah, and I'll drop a link to Shamashish has been chiming in the chat, but has created a nice blog post. Oh gosh, hold on. Blow dry bar, no blog. And this was a nice exploratory mission that we had where we kind of explored at a leisurely pace WebSockets. But we should have a very tidy video if you're like, oh, it was really cool, but I don't remember how to do something. We'll have a video out shortly in the next day or so. And then that should also include some resources. So we'll have some links to maybe Arlemi's Bluemix and some of those resources. Yes.
But yeah.
And that feedback, Shamashish, we saw it at the beginning of the stream, that feedback button that goes to Arlemi's community announcement. Let us know what you got stuck on and if there's any bugs that you're experiencing. And I just have one more shout out before we log off.
Oh yeah, true. Shoutouts. That's what we do at the end.
This one is for John's work alias. Last week I asked for book recommendations, and do I look smart? I have a stack of books right here. And I believe this was John's work alias, but The Age of Surveillance Capitalism, it's not a conspiracy theory. If it's true, I'm going to check that out. Did you have any shout outs?
I actually, I do have a shout out to the engineering team that put that together, but also to the support team that I always shout out just because they create all these things for me to use. And it's always very cool.
That support team is like firing on all cylinders. I am so impressed by the examples that they came up with so that people can learn how WebSockets work and how Postman team can learn about it, but also the community members. That's a really good.
If I felt like somewhat knowledgeable today, it's just because I joined one of their training sessions and they taught me everything about WebSockets. So yeah. Cool. With that said, do you have the video ready, Joyce?
I do.
Okay. I just don't want to have an awkward silence.
I understand. I'll leave you on there, Arlemi. Don't you worry.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. I'll see you again next week. Joyce will probably be somewhere around in the chat lurking anyway. If you want to reach out, this is our Twitters.
Oh, this is so weird.
It's so hard because it's flipped. This cool.
There it is.
This is our Twitters or just postman.com, Postman community forum, Postman GitHub issues. We're easy to find. So yeah, reach out and hopefully we see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.